Welcome, yogis. Today's practice will begin in mountain pose. Standing on the mat, your big toes might touch, or you could have hip distance at the feet. Finding where you feel stable, and maybe your eyes are closed. If you need, you can always gaze towards the tip of your nose. And finding this initial balance here, we're mindful to not lock in our knees. We're pressing into the feet actively and starting to create alignment with the head, heart, and hips. Coming into your mountain pose with a little more awareness. And letting that awareness move to your breathing, starting to become aware of your inhale and where that might be in the body. Could be at the belly, the throat, the chest. And then as you exhale, let your shoulders relax a little further down, letting go of any tension here. And connecting our movement with our breath, letting the eyes open. Inhale the arms overhead. Maybe looking up if that feels good in your neck. And on your exhale, bringing the palms to meet in front of the chest. And there's the option of tucking in the chin. On the inhale, arms lift and you can look up. On the exhale, palms meet. Chin might tuck in towards the body. We're going to continue moving on the inhale, arms up. Now on the exhale, bringing the palms to meet, you'll bend your knees and come into chair pose. Inhaling the arms up. Maybe it looks more like stool pose today and the knees don't bend quite as low. Remembering that's always okay. Inhaling the arms up, finding what feels right in your body. And exhaling to chair. Again, flowing there, inhaling up. And exhale for the palms to meet, and we're going to hold here. I want you to imagine that you had a yoga block in between your thighs. And so those upper leg muscles will squeeze as if holding that block in place. And it's so great to build on this strength. One more time, we're going to inhale, arms up overhead. And finding a little side body stretch, you'll grab a hold of one hand, maybe the right, and then lean towards the left side. And then you'll switch. Left hand leaning towards the right. And coming up, letting your arms fall down by your sides, facing the long side of your mat. Come into a wide-legged position. If your arms extend out to a T, your ankles might be underneath where your wrists are to create good alignment for your anatomy. You're going to take your right toes and turn them to the short side of your mat. If you were to draw a line straight back from your front heel, you might meet the heel or the arch of your back foot. We're working into our first triangle pose. On the inhale, you'll start to extend forward. Then you're going to lower your hand, maybe towards your thigh, maybe towards your shin, but be really mindful around that knee. And then the opposite arm, left arm's extending up towards the ceiling. And check in with your shoulder. You could even have hand at hip if that serves you better today. And I want you to just notice, what does this feel like? On your inhale, slowly come back up, bring your arms to a T, and we'll do a little flow. On your exhale, you'll bend your right knee, warrior two pose. And just like in that chair, we want to use these upper leg muscles on the next breath, straightening the leg. And so you will go back and forth. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, that triangle prep. Do that one more time. And then again, finding that triangle pose, you're going to reach forward. Your hand might go towards your thigh or shin. Opposite arm lifting up or resting at the hip. And breathe here. On your next inhalation, slowly stand, and we're going to do the other leg. So you're going to turn your right toes to face the long side of your mat. Your left toes will face the short side. If you were to draw that line straight back, you might meet heel or arch of your back foot. We're going to see what this first triangle pose will feel like. Leaning over that left leg as far as you can. Your hand may be lowering towards the shin or thigh, mindful at the knee. Right arm is up, or it could be resting at the hip. So what's really happening in this is we're getting a deep stretch in our legs, as well as working on balance. We're lengthening through our spine. We get a nice little twist. And on an inhale, you'll slowly come up. And we do that flow between triangle prep and warrior two. On your inhale, you're going to bend your knee. And the whole time, you're really engaging this upper leg muscle. And exhale, legs extending. As you inhale and bend the knee, that knee is staying aligned with the foot. So it's not veering off to either side. You'll do that a couple more times, letting your breath just guide you. And as you finish that last one, having the front leg extended, we're going to go into triangle pose again. You'll reach out over that left leg. Hand might even go a little further than it did before. You don't ever want to force, but revisiting, noticing what feels the same, noticing if anything has changed. And most importantly, noticing the breath. And from here, we're going to start to stand, coming back up, all toes facing that long edge of the mat, and coming into a wide-legged forward fold. Your hands might rest at your thighs or shins, or you can even reach all the way towards the floor. You might gently nod your head yes, nod the head no. And then you're going to walk your hands towards your right foot, turning the right toes to that long side. Your right arm's going to prop up at your thigh. Left arm's going to lift. And so left hand can come to the hip, just like in that triangle variation. Like in triangle, there's also the option of taking the arm up. And for this pose, you're going to turn your palm to face the short edge of your mat and then reach your arm overhead. And it's extended side angle, very similar in the triangle pose, but it's almost like triangle with warrior two legs. You got that bend in your front knee. We'll take a moment to breathe here. Feel this left side of your body lengthening, maybe reaching out through those left fingertips if your arm's overhead. And you're going to stay in this position in your legs. As you inhale, use your core strength, lift up, arms to T, warrior two. And I want you to kind of pay attention, where are your shoulders in relation to your hips? And see if you could align everything here so that your shoulders are over the hips, because a lot of times we might be leaning forward a little bit. And then from this position, gazing towards the right hand, you'll flip your palm. Right arm lifts up for reverse warrior. Left hand can be at your leg, or that left hand could wrap behind your back. Breathing here, letting that right shoulder relax down from the ear. But at the same time, those right fingertips lifting up here. And on an exhale, bring the arms back into warrior two. Use an inhale to straighten that front leg. Turn all the toes to the long edge of the mat and take wide-legged forward fold. Again, you might reach to the body or the floor. Last time we nodded the head, you can repeat that. Maybe your upper body kind of sways side to side, finding any organic movement that you like. We'll repeat the same poses on the other side, so you'll walk your hands towards your left foot, turning the left toes towards that long edge of the mat. Once you've done that, that left arm's going to prop up on your thigh. We're setting up for our side angle pose. So option to have right hand at hip, or that right hand can lift. If you're lifting, you turn your palm towards the short edge of the mat and reach your arm overhead. So it's a little different than the triangle pose. but there's a lot of similarities. Notice where you can be more open. Notice where you can engage more strength. Notice where you could let go of any tension in the body. We'll take another breath here. And then coming up to stand, warrior two, you're going to bring your arms to a T. And as you're transitioning, finding that same alignment, shoulders over hips. Because we have a tendency of leaning forward. And it kind of reflects life. We tend to be so anxious to go into the next thing, rushing from one thing to the next without really staying present. We want to be in this moment, not reaching forward. And then from warrior two, look at that left palm, flip your hand, left arm's going to lift overhead, right hand to that back leg, or the option to wrap behind. Again, where can you be strong? Where can you find space? Where can you let go? From the reverse warrior, exhale the arms to a T. On the inhale, let that front leg extend, all toes turning back to the long edge of your mat. Now hands are going to come to the hips. You're going to bring the heels in, toes in, all the way back into your mountain pose. From mountain, palms are going to come and meet. And if you find that balance is easier stepping off your yoga mat or coming to a wall, you're welcome to do that. Keeping it really simple today, tree pose. Standing on your right foot, shifting the weight into the right leg. Bring the left heel towards your ankle, shin, or inner thigh. Again, just always mindful around the knee. The foot on the ground is pushing down. Crown of your head is lifting. Your head, your heart, your hips, everything's aligned in this. Hands can stay at the chest, they might reach out overhead. And we'll just find our breath here in tree. On your next exhalation, if you've not already, come back to mountain, palms meeting at the chest. And just get stable again, standing on both legs. Breathing deep. Knowing that the next side might be your good side, it might be the side that's a little more challenging. And just approaching it with ease. You're going to stand on your left foot. Right heel might be at the ankle, shin, or thigh. We're never forcing anything to happen in our practice. Be mindful that you're not rushing ahead, leaning forward. You're stacking your head, your heart, and your hips. As you find your alignment, your balance, maybe the arms lift overhead. Whatever variation of tree you find yourself in, notice your breathing. And on an exhalation, begin to come down, returning to mountain pose, palms together at the chest. Just like we started this practice, we'll inhale, arms overhead, maybe gazing up. And on the exhale, bring the palms to meet, chin tucking in towards the body. Again, you'll inhale, arms up. Exhale, palms together. One more time, and if your balance feels good, you might even close your eyes or gaze towards the tip of your nose. Standing, stable, strong, balanced, here in your mountain pose. And just taking a moment of gratitude for this time that you've taken, caring for your mind and body, which which can really be as simple as a little bit of breath and movement. We're going to finish with a few breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. Do that 2 more rounds, breathing in through your nose and letting go. One more like that. Thank you for sharing this practice. Namaste.